Okay, so this is the video that I was talking about recapping my group from last Friday. And I am going to kind of take you through a shortened version of what I did during that group. So that will consist of me reading a poem to you, playing my singing bowl. It's the the root chakra singing bowl, and then reading a meditation to you. And this meditation has some questions that go along with it. So if you need to pause and rewind and write those down, it would be kind of ideal if you were to have a journal on hand with you, so that once it gets to the questions or any of the reflections during the meditation, you can spend some time kind of reflecting with yourself. So the whole purpose of the group that I do on Friday afternoons, well, it's 12:30 to 1:30 in my office. I call it, women's self-compassion group. And self-compassion or self-nurturing, I feel like, is spending some time with yourself. Spending some time where you take yourself out of your busy day and you do something that is kind to you, and giving yourself permission to do that. So hopefully this video will help you have an opportunity to do that. And if this video doesn't feel nurturing to you, then turn it off and use the time you were going to spend watching this video doing something else. Give yourself permission to do something self-nurturing, whether that is taking a bath, taking a walk, calling a friend, snuggling a pet, watching a show that makes you laugh, eating something that's comforting, drinking a cup of tea, anything like that. So that's the whole purpose of this, is just for an opportunity to take some time out to be there for yourself. Okay, so with no further ado, I am going to read you the poem that I opened the group with. It comes from a book called The Way Forward by Yung Pueblo. This book was gifted to me, and I think it's wonderful. So this poem, I don't think his poems have titles. This book just has like different chapters, I guess, different segments. And the segment, I don't know if you can see, this is probably backwards, but it's called Existing. So there are times when all you can do is survive, moments when growing doesn't even seem like an option and healing feels hundreds of miles away. The trauma and old hurt can weigh so heavily that all you can do is try to stay afloat, to endure another day. If existing takes every ounce of your energy, then that alone is heroic work. I think that's a really important idea to embrace, that you don't have to do anything. You can just exist, and that is so needed in your life. So I'm gonna step over to my singing bowl and do that, and I want you to just listen with your eyes opened or closed, whatever you feel most comfortable doing, and just take this moment to relax. hopefully my phone camera picked that up. And it helped ground you some. So the meditation that we did in the group on Friday was from a book called The Healing Waterfall by Max Highstein. It's a really good book. It has lots and lots of good stuff in it. And this one is called Good Boundaries. So I'm just going to read you the introduction to it, and then we'll get into the meditation. And like I said, you can obviously pause, rewind, fast forward if you want to. And I'm kind of joking about the fast forward thing, but there are a few elements in this meditation that if you feel ungrounded, you feel like, this is not good, because it can be a little bit intense. You can fast forward through it. I would say give yourself the opportunity to kind of get through the meditation. But if it's, too intense, then fast forward, turn it off, whatever. So, good boundaries. Introduction. Living without healthy boundaries deprives us of our dignity, is destructive to relationships, and keeps us from fulfilling ourselves physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Like a broken fence, there are two sides to unhealthy personal boundaries. On one side is the pattern of disrespecting personal space, taking advantage of others, and being abusive. On the other side is allowing oneself to be disrespected, taken advantage of, or abused, and deliberately doing things for others that are the other person's responsibility to do for themselves. This program focuses on the second side of the issue and can be helpful for those who tend to be abused or taken unfair advantage of, who tend to give too much, and who in general tend to be a doormat for others. Developing healthy boundaries may require some personal space housekeeping. It may be time to change who you allow into your life, or stop giving others all the time or attention they've come to expect from you. Use this guided meditation to learn what changes you need to make. Then, if you're willing to put forth the effort, you can make a shift. Establish good, healthy boundaries and enjoy the freedom in life they make possible. Okay, ready? Okay. Make yourself comfortable and close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath and let go of any tension in your body as you feel yourself sinking into the surface you're resting on, becoming still, more comfortable and relaxed. Take another slow, deep breath and feel a sense of calm and peace begin to fill you as you relax further. And take another slow, deep breath and let your thinking begin to wind down and smooth out. Imagine you've been sleeping a deep, sound sleep for many hours, and you're just beginning to stir awake. And the first thing you notice is that you're waking up on a soft bed of pine needles on the ground surrounded by ancient fir trees. It's just before dawn and the air is quite cool. The light is dim and there's a foggy mist in the air. You can smell the scent of pine and the damp coolness of the earth. It's quiet and any sound is blanketed by the mist. Everything is a palette of soft greens, browns, and grays. Standing up, you begin to walk along a path through the trees, and you can feel the spongy ground beneath your feet. Perhaps you still feel a bit foggy from your sleep, but you soon come to a little spring, cup your hands to get a drink, and splash some of the cool, clear water on your face. Now you're beginning to see the trees and plants that surround you more clearly. Walking further along, you come to a small bunker with what appears to be a cellar door folded down into it. There's a little sign on the door, and looking more closely, you see that the sign has your name written upon it, followed by the words, "Enter to wise up." Before you do enter, consider that you're about to gain clarity on a pattern that has controlled and limited you, probably for many years. With this new clarity, you'll have the opportunity to make a change. But the choice to change your behavior will remain in your hands. Are you ready? It's time to find out. Open the door. Before you are 5 stairs down to a landing, and you can see a soft light coming from the other side of the landing at the bottom of the stairs. As you step down onto the first step, take a moment to consider the following question. What do I do for others that should be their responsibility to do themselves? As you step down to the second step, take a moment to consider this question. In what situations do I give away my time, energy, or money to gain acceptance, love, or appreciation? As you step down to the third step, consider this question. In what ways do I leave my own center and ignore my own truth to try and get my physical or emotional needs met? As you step down to the fourth step, take a moment to consider this question. What do I feel or believe about myself that makes me willing to leave my center and ignore my own truth? And as you step down to the fifth step, take a moment to consider this question. What situations do I allow to occur or not take precaution to prevent that result in my being abused, hurt, or taken unfair advantage of? Step down to the landing, look through the doorway, and you'll see you've come to a small movie theater for an audience of 1, with a comfortable chair, thick carpet, sloping walls with speakers set into them, and a sleek movie screen at the front. Have a seat in the chair and make yourself at home. The house lights dim and the screen fills with your name, and just below it the words, "Time to wise up." The movie begins with a recent scene from your life in which you were either taken advantage of or abused, or in which you took it upon yourself to do something for someone else that was not appropriate or healthy for you to be doing for them. Watch that scene unfold and notice how your energy is affected in the movie and how you feel. Watch that scene again and see, hear, and feel it with as much clarity as possible as everything comes into sharper focus. Watch that scene one more time, and this time notice the point at which you either made the decision to do what you did or chose not to take action to stop it from happening. Notice whether you were conscious of the decision or choice, or if it seemed to happen without you even being aware of it. The next scene is one that's not quite so recent, and again, it's one in which you were either taken advantage of or abused, or in which you took it upon yourself to do something for someone else that was not appropriate or healthy for you to be doing for them. Watch that scene unfold and notice how your energy is affected in the movie and how you feel. Watch that scene again and see, hear, and feel it with as much clarity as possible as everything comes into sharper focus. Watch that scene one more time, and this time notice the point at which you either made the decision to do what you did or chose to take action to stop it from happening. Notice whether you were conscious of the decision or choice, or if it seemed to happen without you even being aware of it. The movie changes now and goes back to a point in time where the theme of your story seems to have its beginnings, probably in childhood. As you watch this part of the movie, remember that you are now all grown up, are safe and protected in this moment, and have all the resources of a fully grown adult to take good care of yourself. You're only watching this movie to gather information, and there's no need to re-experience your emotions from the past. What were the circumstances that made you leave your center, take on responsibilities that shouldn't have been yours, do something for someone else that wasn't good for you to do, or become the object of abuse, or be taken advantage of? Watch this scene just one more time, but this time, see your adult self come into the scene to guide and protect your childhood self, either by helping you make a better decision, by physically protecting you, or by completely removing yourself from that situation, taking your childhood self to a safe place. See yourself safe and protected and take a deep breath. See and feel that situation completely surrounded and filled with healing light of whatever color you and your childhood self would like. Take another deep breath and allow all feelings of fear, anger, or sadness to be released into the healing light as you recognize that this has happened long ago and it's past and finished. Today you're all grown up and can take good care of yourself, just as you have taken care of your childhood self, and today you have many more choices and opportunities to shape your life. The next part of the movie will show you how to let go of old patterns from the past and establish a more positive, healthier way of being. See yourself standing alone in a favorite setting, a place of your choice that feels safe and comfortable, and you feel relaxed and free to be yourself. As you stand there, become aware of a column of light extending from the highest heavens straight through you and deep into the earth, all the way to the earth's core. As the light passes through you, it resonates especially in your heart center, merging with your own energy and expanding outward. Focus in your heart, and you can feel a deep sense of connection and strength. As the light continues to pass through you, you feel more and more centered, grounded, and whole. You are fully self-contained and content, complete unto yourself. A circular zone of protection seems to project all around you, and you can see it expanding out from your feet, your heart, and your head. This zone and the column of light passing through you represent your healthy boundary. It's both an energetic boundary and a physical one, and it comes from the center of your own being. As you continue to stay centered, heart-focused, and grounded, your energy becomes stronger, healthier, and more self-contained than ever. Take some time to experience this inner connection as you listen to the following affirmations and allow them to resonate deep within. I am centered, grounded, and connected inside, and know who I am. I allow into my circle only those who are supportive of me and my life. I take care of myself first, not selfishly, but as my healthy responsibility to myself. I do things for others only when appropriate and supportive for everyone involved, including myself. When I find myself faced with any person or situation that would threaten my safety, dignity, or well-being, I physically remove myself from that situation without delay and go somewhere safe. I look out for myself and plan so that my needs are covered and I always have somewhere safe to be. I choose to be only with those who respect my healthy boundaries and insist that I let all others go their own way. I am worthy of love, respect, and appreciation, and find that within myself. Watch yourself on the screen, centered with your zone of protection, and notice how vital and strong your energy is. Notice that when you reach out to someone else while centered, your energy stays strong and your light stays bright. But when you reach for someone from sadness or a sense of lack, you move out of your circle and your energy drops and darkens. As soon as you leave your center to try to gain satisfaction, you cannot be truly satisfied. But when you remain centered, you have the opportunity to find the love, acceptance, and support you're looking for within yourself. At that point, you can begin to attract people to you who will honor, appreciate, and respect who you are. Take some time to watch yourself on screen as you experiment staying in your center and connecting with yourself and others in a healthy way, as well as seeing what happens when you do the opposite and leave your center to try to gain someone else's approval or sympathy. Notice how your energy changes, what leaves you feeling drained, and what supports you. Now take a few moments to consider what changes you might need to make in your life to create the opportunity to develop good, healthy boundaries. What situations would you need to avoid, and what would you need to cultivate? What relationships would you need to change or diminish? And how would you change them? It's almost time to bring this inner journey to a close. So gather together anything that you have learned and plan to write about your experience and any changes you'll need to make after the meditation. Gradually bring your awareness back into your body and your physical surroundings. Take your time, and when you're ready, open your eyes and feel awake, alert, and refreshed. Pick up your pen and paper and write about your experience now while it's still fresh in your mind. So you can pause here and write about what you experienced. Now that you're back, I want you to just realize how important it is for you to take time out of your day to do things like this. Whether you listen to my video, you may like my voice, you may not. You may like what I have to do, you may not. But I'm just offering this as an opportunity for you to take time to do a meditation, to check into yourself. And so I hope that you will do that either here, or you find somebody else on YouTube, or you listen to music, or you talk to a friend, or you take a bath, or you do whatever it is that feels compassionate and nurturing to you. So if you're in Louisville, Kentucky, I think I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but I just figured everybody who's watching this probably already knows who I am. That could be way wrong. But my name is Jenny Townsend, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I have a private practice where I see adults, and we work on a plethora of different things, trauma, anxiety, stress, anything like that. So I have a group that's meant for women and woman identifying people to take an hour out of their day, 12:30 to 1:30, every Friday. So if you're in the Louisville area, it's $40 for the group. Please stop in. You can text me at 502-594-9215 to let me know you're going to drop in. I have thought about doing it virtually, so if anybody out there is interested in like a group where we meet virtually and we do things like this where we just take time out to be together, please let me know. Leave in the comments anything that you're interested or curious about, or any questions you had about anything that I read, or anything in general about my practice, or anything you want to know. Yeah, so that's it. And I'll probably, I don't like to promise like I'm going to recap Friday's group like right away, but I'm going to try to do a recap of what we did in the group every week on YouTube, so that it's just here for anybody that can't make it to the group, feels a little anxious about showing up in person, or wants a refresher. They've come to the group and they just want a refresher about what I read or what happened. There will be in the group a little bit of discussion between you and the other people in the group, and what I'm going to offer is that you can have discussion about the meditation, about the poems or quotes that I read, about a general theme for the week, or you can write it in your journal, or you can just be silent, whatever. This is just a space for women and women identifying people to come and have a community, have a space that feels safe. So take care.